Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with three S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here with Mika and Miss T Joy to talk about episode 21, 22, and 23 of Love Island UK Season 11. Mika, are you excited to be here now that we've got our heart rates risen, I guess? Heart rates rose?
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here with you lovely ladies. But these episodes.
Yeah. Well, when you have to compare it to the USA. Drama of USA right now.
The must-see TV.
Yes, must-see.
Well, I could tell by... So yesterday I was away, like I went to on a wine tour, and so I didn't get a chance to. And then the day before I was working, and so I didn't get a chance to finish doing my recaps for Love Island USA. But to know when I got home yesterday at about 11:30 p.m., I went straight to watch Love Island USA. Or I was working. That says something, right? Like I didn't do Love Island UK, wasn't the first one that I decided to catch up on. So that tells me something, because with Love Island UK, I have to take notes, and USA I like watch and like I do like my recap in live time, and that's a lot more effort. And so I just am more invested in that story. Is that how you're feeling as well, Miss T Joy? How are you doing?
Yes, I am very much invested in USA. It is just so good. I don't know, the personalities are better. They're more lively. I guess they're more unhinged and emotional. I don't know. The UK is starting to seem like boring to me. It's starting to get boring.
It's surprising, but hopefully things are going to shift after this episode. But we'll be getting to it. So we will be talking about 3 episodes. We got Sophie excited to be here. Thank you, Sophie. Hi, Kay.
Hi, KB.
Hi, KB. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. KB says Love Island USA is legit eating this year. It really is. It really is. Drama, and completely unhinged.
Off the chain.
Unhinged.
Hey.
Hi, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Danita. All right, so let's just take it back to Sunday night's episode where they're all getting ready for the night, and then we see Tiffany, I don't know who she's talking to, but saying that she knows that it isn't right between her and Ronnie.
I think she was still talking to Jess.
It was Jess?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, from the last Tiffany and Jess ended the previous episode. Correct. Did I show you? Yes, Tiffany beforehand. Yeah, but I'm just going to show it with the audience because I think she's really cute beforehand, but it all makes a little bit more sense now. You know what I mean? Like just so this is Tiffany before and Tiffany after. So I think that she's obviously had a glow up, and I just don't think that the person on the right, who she truly is, can really deal with the type of person Ronnie is. Like aesthetically, she can deal with him, but like emotionally and who she is on the inside, it's just really not a match for what Ronnie's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Can I say so? Omar posted a picture today of him, Patty Monvere, and Samantha, and Samantha is so pretty.
She's very pretty.
So pretty, but I think I've said that I think she has some of the most natural beauty, like of all of them, or her work looks more natural. So she just looks so much better. It's sad that they all have come in and had so much work on their face. Like in the US, you see a lot of work on the body. So, sometimes you see like Sally has her lip pop that she's had since she was on the show. And I know that if you watched it, Sally has an old video where she actually was on a Star Search type of show where she was singing, and so she got like chin repair, like
jawline repair or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like
whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But very slight compared to the UK. The UK, they just do so much work to the
much. And they
when they're so young.
And they're very quick.
So young. Yeah.
It's so much. So much.
Like I can understand being in your 30s and you've been living with something that you just haven't liked for most of your life, and then maybe wanting to change it, but like your face is probably still shifting and changing a little bit. So like at the age of 21 to go under the knife is wild to me.
Yeah.
Wild if it's not absolutely necessary, you know?
Yeah.
Rachel says, I've been turned out aside for the heart rate, tuned out aside for the heart rate challenge. So I've missed your reviews. No, you haven't missed the reviews because I'm catching up on Sunday, Monday, and today. So I think you've still been right here. Right with us. Kay says, though, that Jess is never beating those snake charges.
Never.
No.
Never.
Never.
Honesty.
What was I going to say? I was going to say, someone was saying here that it's the Kardashians' fault. And I do think that there's a partial blame with them kind of shaping the standard of beauty with Kim's figure. So that has been, everybody wants a teeny waist and like the Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah. But you find that more in the US. That's what I'm saying, like on the body.
Yeah. But then Kylie, though, with her lip kit kind of started to really emphasize like the overlining and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if that's kind of also translated to the UK because they just love big lips.
Yeah.
And big teeth.
And it still does not look like ours. Sorry.
No.
And I will say this, I'm going to say this, and I don't care who gets offended. Someone came into the US saying that Kim Kardashian was their celebrity type. And to me, that is a character flaw. Because you can't name a Black woman before you name Kim Kardashian. That tells me everything I need to know about who you're really attracted to. Sorry.
Wait, so who said this?
Coy.
Oh, is it his like pre-interview?
Yeah.
So Kim Kardashian is a celebrity type?
Crush, yes.
Okay, but she's like Armenian and she dates Black men, so.
But she's not Black.
She has changed her entire body, face, and figure to look like a Black woman. So if you cannot name a natural Black woman before him, I will give Cordell all rights because he named Meg Thee Stallion and Beyonce as his celebrity crush. Period. Point. And there is those two I could get. Like,
that's why I knew he wasn't gonna pick Hannah because he wanted a Black woman.
Yeah.
Now, also though, did Coy have any other celebrity crushes that were Black, or were they all?
Did Kim Kardashian look like? He said Janae, not Janae Aiko.
Janelle Monáe.
No. Shoot. Chris Brown's ex. Chris Brown's ex.
Rihanna.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Danita says that now Kylie is crying about.
Oh, the one that was in Claws. What's her name?
She got an Emmy.
What is her name? Karuchi. And she's not Black either.
She's part mixed of something, but yes, that's my whole point. So a lot of people. He said Janae? No, I didn't. Okay, maybe I mixed it up. Then somebody else.
So he has a mix.
I mean, still, Janae Aiko is not.
Thank you.
Well, it seems like he likes ethnic.
Yes,
is better.
Which is fine. But people
I'd rather them like ethnic than like blondes.
Right.
People are mad at a certain person for sending him home because they're like, Black love, like he's a Black man, you should have kept him. Why? So he could dump her when Nicole comes in?
Oh my God, yeah, he would dump it for Nicole in a second.
Exactly.
A second, because it's that ambiguous ethnicity thing. Like, I mean, Nicole is absolutely stunning.
None of this is to offend anyone. They're all gorgeous. I like all of them. What I'm saying is, if you can't name a black woman and you're a black man before you name a Kim Kardashian, that is a character flaw for me.
Yeah, or for being cast on the show to represent someone that's going to be interested in black women. For sure. Jessica says Coy wants as close to a black woman, but not fully black woman. I'm sorry, I'm always going to side-eye you. I hear that. Okay, but back to this show where the black men don't like black women at all.
No, they don't.
All of that to say, Kim Kardashian has ruined a lot of standards of beauty, and I feel bad that these women feel like that's what they have to do to look like that. And now these women are getting their lip and chin and all sorts of implants and butt and whatever dissolved in the Kardashian family to go back to that. If you saw Kylie, she did an interview and her lips are back to her old lips.
Well, and then they get with these women and you forget they've had their body altered, and then your kids come out looking like the original them. Remember that when you get with people who've had all this stuff done, you better look at their mama and stuff like that.
Like, what did your nose look like before? Huh? Like we'd be like, what did your nose look like before? I'm not sure. Exactly. I'm kidding. But it also, though, like for the children, like it will be unfortunate that if they have a feature that the mom didn't particularly love that they've altered, and then they grow up with that feature and they're going to see that their mom didn't love themselves enough to not want to change it, I think that it actually will impede the confidence of children because they haven't had a chance to see their mom be empowered by their face and like who they are, and it didn't just become about like, oh, I want to change things that I don't like about myself. So I'm always worried for the children in those situations, because like they don't get to see themselves growing up. They see something that they aspire to be that might not be what they end up looking like because of the work that their parents have done. So I'm worried for the next generation for sure, because I'm already worried for the one beneath us, below us. The one below that one, it's like, poor things. Right. Poor things. So all the girls are talking to Tiffany and they're encouraging her to friend zone Ronnie. Like, it shouldn't really need that much encouragement, but I thought it was funny, especially Grace. Grace is just like, I don't think Grace is a fan of Ronnie.
No. I have so much words for Grace. But yes, I don't think Ronnie she is a fan of.
Sean and Matilda talk, and he makes me ill. Maybe it's because he's too sickeningly sweet, so it's interesting that he's like has the whole sweet shop stuff. But like, he's not like, I love Cordell. He's so sweet, right? But he's still like, he still has some swag to him. You know what I mean?
Edgy.
Like there's still something about him. Like he's young, so he doesn't have that much experience. But like he's not syrupy sweet in the way that makes me feel nauseous. You know?
Yeah. No, he's definitely a lover boy. We love a lover boy. He's definitely a simp. We love a simp. But I keep trying, like, people are like, oh, ew. I'm like, no, but it's so different if you have a real true lover boy, a real true simp, than what the fuck Sean is. Like, he's so insecure. Like, it's just gross. Like, Cordell is secure in himself and secure in what he brings into the table, and Sean is not.
Mm-hmm. So he's bringing up to Matilda the fact that, like, oh, so you know, like the last time that I tried to kiss you and I got a whole custard pie in my face. I was just so very excited. I'm just like, oh, he's I'm sorry, it's so bad.
From this episode on, I am on your side. Remember, I was giving him a pass, Chantele. I was giving him a pass, but from this episode on, over it.
Sean, you were giving Sean a pass?
I was giving him a pass. I was giving him a pass.
He always gave me creepy vibes, like creepy, like stalker vibes.
He's a yep. You're right. Now I get it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to just bring it up because it's so gross, but it's where my mind goes. So when I just think of him, like I just think of him like having sex with Matilda and just being like so gross, like so like ooh, do you like it's just like
He's gonna melt now later and pour him over her.
Over it.
Sorry.
Over it.
Jessica says Sean has no self-confidence in himself. I still wonder how he cheated on his girlfriend. Did he cheat, or I thought he was the one that he slept with someone when he was making a delivery? Which I'm like, I don't know how that's possible.
What?
I know how that's possible. He didn't open his mouth. He came delivering sweets, and he's cute, and so they just fucked. That's easy.
But like, was he sure that he didn't open his mouth?
I'm pretty sure he didn't open his mouth. Some people,
he would just be like, "Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah,
I have your sweet package for you."
Oh, I cannot.
No, I mean, I'm sorry that we're making fun of you, Sean. This is your personality on the show. I'm sure you're a nice guy in real life, but like your game is just not translating into something that I find attractive. I'm sorry. Custard pie, like, ooh. Okay, so they're playing some game called egg boff or whatever, where like you just don't talk to somebody, and I thought it was pretty rude because they're first they do it to Omar, and then they do it to Nicole, and Nicole didn't like it at all. And she got mad at Kieran for the fact that they basically you just don't you're not allowed to talk to the person for a second, and then you tell them like, oh, we weren't talking to you. Have you ever played this game before?
To be mad over, she got so mad, like he had cussed her out.
I mean, definitely think that she overreacts over everything. I can't stand the woman.
See, another one. Listen, somebody said it on Twitter. I've never needed someone to go a madness in Casa Amor more than I do Kieran. I need him to find somebody else. I actually like Kieran, especially after these 2 episodes. Love him. He needs to find somebody else. Sorry.
Kay says, Sean is a liar. I wish Sean cheated as much as I believe Kieran 120 body count. The lies.
Exactly.
KB said it was a stupid childish game, but Nick was going off, was longing it out for real. Yeah, like, if that would happen to me, I'd sure be like, okay, that's annoying, and roll my eyes and maybe walk away. You know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't believe you did this to me. I'm supposed to be your girl, and I'm just like going on and on and on. It was a stupid game.
Game.
Lasted for 3 seconds, and they're like, no, Nicole, it's just a game, and I'm so angry. Like, gosh, please give her something to be angry about.
I need constant reassurance, and if you can't handle it, I need this all the time. I can't be with somebody who needs constant reassurance.
Yeah, like not in the way that she's asking. Constant reassurance is, like kissing you, hugging you, because you need that physical touch, like making sure you're intimate. Also, like, I love you, making sure that you're saying words of affirmation, not making sure that your insecurities get fed because you're so freaking insecure. That is a you problem. That's a you problem that you need to fix.
It is. She's ridiculous.
Kay also says, a rational response from Nick was giving insecure and weird. Yeah, no, it's too weird. Relax. Okay, you know what? Jessica says those boys are so bored. No challenges or anything to do in the villa. That's where the U.S. is better. Also, they have ping pong and football at least. That's true.
That's a conversation we've been having on my channel. Like, we realize Love Island for the last maybe 4 seasons, they've stopped doing actual challenges. Like, there's no challenges to build rapport for us to like these people, to see them in fun, like, situation other than sexual fun situation.
Right.
Yeah, like I kind of still want to see. It's kind of gross, but the kissing booth challenge, like I want to see how these people rank up.
Yeah.
The Twitter challenge, I know it can be kind of mean sometimes, but like I like seeing people's
Yeah,
reactions
I
to
want
these
to see.
things.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, and you can also choose the ones that are not scathingly mean.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
miss them because we used to get like little side comments. We used to get like little couple ITMs. Like I miss that about Love Island proper. And they're not bringing it. Everything is dramatic, and then they save all the like character building for unseen bits, and especially with their black and brown uh person
Islanders. Yeah.
on Islanders. Like they had a whole thing with Uma and Mimi and Omar, and it's like, oh my god, they're so funny. Oh, they really like
right.
each other. Oh, they're singing, like they're doing
That
whole.
little song and stuff. That was fun. Yeah, exactly. It's weird.
I
So
It's
didn't
so
watch
weird.
it on the side yet, but or unseen bits, but I will. So they featured them a little bit more than they do in the
Yeah.
show.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you really see that like Mimi and Uma have a really good relationship, which
Oh,
makes what Uma did with Ayo more like make more sense, right? And then even afterwards, the conversation make more sense because she did not want to disrespect who at this point she's her friend,
right.
right? But that's what I'm saying. The character building, they're removing it, and then that's why we're like, why did they do that? Or that doesn't make sense. Or oh, she looked like that, so maybe she didn't. Like we're inundating information that we don't have because they're not showing who these people actually are.
And also like the ping pong though, like I remember like on last episode of USA, they're just having a full on conversation. I think it was Aaron and Leah, and they're just like playing ping pong while having a conversation. That's just like environmentally and like action wise,
Exactly.
it's just interesting just to see someone do someone else other than just sit by the fireplace or
Exactly.
sit by the on the terrace or sit in the hideaway on the swing. Like I don't just need people sitting and having conversations, the same
Yeah,
conversations that they just had the
yeah.
last time when they're sitting over on the daybed. Like I just don't need to see repeats of that. I like seeing. I agree. I like seeing some of the different activities that they could do in the villa that are not even specific challenges.
Right. Right. It was fun. Even the other people were
Do
having
they
fun
have weights
just
in there?
watching them play ping pong. Like the
Yeah,
UK don't have anything. Like even when you're on Big Brother, you don't play chess, but you like watching them and you have side conversation. Like it just creates another thing. But
Yeah.
it just seems like the UK doesn't have anything.
Like
Anything.
that's why people can watch Big Brother for hours, because even though they might be playing these bullshit games
they're
or
having a
they might
conversation at
be
the same
having
time.
the same conversations, they're doing stuff, and you get to see that with the things that they're doing. Oh, that's the type of person they are. Or, oh, that's what they like, or that's what they're into, or oh, they're faking that because they don't want these people to know. Right? Like
Yeah,
that's stuff
do
that
something.
builds
Bring a
character.
grill in or something. Do a
Well, and also it's
family style
entertaining.
dinner or
Yeah.
something.
If you think about it, they say if you're going to do, say, a TikTok video about something, they say apply makeup or do an activity of some sort because it actually engages an audience to see people do something to completion. So if someone's playing a game of some sort, they want to watch the game to see who wins the game, and they're still going to be engaged in the conversation at the same time.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's interesting that Love Island has taken that out. Love Island UK, anyways, has taken that out of their formula for their show right now.
Yeah.
Tiffany pulls Ronnie for a chat, and she just tells him that she doesn't feel like it is happening for her on a deeper level. He kind of doesn't see it or understand it. Why do you think that Ronnie doesn't get where she's coming from fully?
In his head, he said it out loud, but I think he was like, well, we just coupled up 3 days ago. Like, why do you think I should like you? And like, that's kind of what I got from where he was looking, responded, and what he said to her, because we all know that Ronnie didn't like that girl. We all know he was just moving mad. We didn't know that he's just doing all this for drama. And so in his head, it's like, girl, like, can you give, like, this was never going to be serious. Hello, did you not understand?
Exactly.
And I think also he's like, look, I'm trying to implement some new stuff. You ain't even let my new stuff take effect. Like, I'm trying to not be in a triangle, not talk to nobody else, and focus on you. You haven't even let that come to fruition and let me do what I do. Let me cook for a minute first and then see what you think. He was like, it's only been 3 days. He was mad about that thing. Like,
yeah, I don't think he was expecting that he wasn't going to be the prize here, because he's been used to these 2 women that are way out of his league to be fighting over him for the last 3 weeks. And so he thought that this woman would be like, oh, Ronnie, King Ronnie has actually allowed me to be in his presence. And he's like, wait, say what? I wasn't really expecting you to not be just like clamoring over me, even though I'm mediocre. So he's just taken by shock. So the girls debrief the whole situation with Tiffany. She kind of let them know that it's over between the 2 of them. And so she's ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie thinks someone told her to do it, though. Which is also really annoying, because he's just ready to start blaming somebody.
Who thinks Harriet or Jess told her to do it?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure he thinks that Harriet told him to do it. I don't know if he noticed that Jess and her were talking for that long, but if he's going to blame somebody, he's not even going to blame Jess. He's just going to go straight to Harriet, because how dare Harriet mess up his storyline?
Mary says, "Here comes Ronnie, a redemption arc."
Yeah,
I don't know if it will work.
I don't think it's going to work.
Kay says he was like, "Ma'am, let me land the plane here."
Right.
Let me cook. God.
So Nicole tells Jess about the situation. Lord have mercy. So people are just talking about this in the chat, and hold on. Perche thinks that she loves Kieran, but Nicole needs to go. She's going to push him away with all her complaining and always bringing up his age. Kay says she keeps up bringing Kieran's age. Ma'am, you're 4 years older than him, and you give him advice like a 4-year-old. She is in no place to be nitpicking about his age and maturity. Imagine criticizing Kieran's immaturity while having a tantrum for 24 hours over a 5-second
right.
That was a joke.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, how, like, it's crazy. How is the 21, 22-year-old? I mean, and this is also for Love Island USA. In both villas, like, the most mature man there, and even some of the women. Like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I think it's because he hasn't been tainted yet. You know what I mean? Like, he's
so
pure.
I mean, the body count situation.
I don't even believe it.
Do we believe it?
No.
Like, maybe he doesn't realize that sounds like multiple people. Maybe it's like 50 with the same person, and then like
I've had sex 120 times.
This is not what I found, because even like when we saw this kind of challenge on the USA, even what's his name, Aaron, had like a high body count compared to the USA men. UK men for some reason have just like a high body count.
I mean, they've probably been banging since 13, to be honest. No, I'm not lying, because when I went there for one summer, I just remember like the guys that were like 14 years old, they're all like, were trying to get me to give them like blowjobs, stuff like that. So they were sexually forward at 13, 14 years old in England. So I would say they'll probably start doing bits, whatever, at around 14. And then, they have their whole high school life. So, and like drinking is a little bit more open and free at that, over in the UK. They're not just getting drunk at 21. And we all know that if you're having a couple of drinks, it's a lot easier to be taking somebody home or, in your parents' basement, so that is the only way that I can believe it, is the fact that like they just become sexually forward a little more soon.
Yeah. So like we'll get there, but I didn't think like, to me, I'm just like listening to the rage that since I've been listening to the show of body counts. I like, while it is high, and I would be fearful. I also, feel like I think it sounded about average for a man in the UK. So it's like kind of, I'm sure you've heard higher, girl. Can you please not make a big deal about this?
KB says now the body count is giving boy math. Okay, says if you start at 15, that's easily 20 girls a year. The man is a liar. These men are double, triple, and quadruple counted.
Listen, I don't know. Their ability to travel compared to ours is so much more higher because their proximity is so much closer. Like they could take a train to Paris, fuck 20 girls, come back. Like
20?
I'm just saying. I'm giving it that.
Okay, let's think logically. Starting at 13, so he's 21, probably just turned 22. So that's going to be 9 years of, sex, we'll say. If he did one girl a week, that's 52 girls, every year. So say we do one girl every 2 weeks, that's 26 girls in 9 years. So one girl a month, a different girl a month from your 13 to your 22 would be about 100 something girls, right?
Yeah.
So one girl a month isn't actually that crazy.
Yeah. If you started early.
If you start at 13.
Let's not start early. That's the point.
Now, I wonder if he has any children.
That he knows of.
Okay, says, nope, flag on the play. Ain't no way, straight boy math. Mary says, if Tariq or Wes said 1,000, I would believe. Kieran, I said, is a no.
Oh, no, poor Kieran.
For 9 years, yeah, it's very possible.
It's like you can't commit to nobody. Sleeping with somebody every 2 weeks, like you getting paid. Every time you get paid, you go out and get a new girl.
Maybe he goes spend his paychecks and takes home a lady. All right, so Mika, you're probably getting ready to get mad at Grace here because she tells Joey that Omar has been hitting on her to a certain extent. But then at the same time also said that if he wasn't in the villa, Omar would be the person that she would be interested in. So what are your thoughts about this, Mika?
And this is also the episode where I stopped liking Grace.
I did not do IG. No.
Okay. Notification. All right.
Only because it was gonna be too long. So I was like, I'm gonna be over an hour for sure. So.
Yeah. So this type of behavior that she's exhibiting that starts with Omar and continues with Connor is diabolical, and black men have died for less. Black men have died.
The big black man is trying to get me. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
She made me so mad. I do not like her cat outfit or whatever she was trying to be. Oh, she made me so mad.
Fragile little girl is being talked to by but I do think she likes black men though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is what has happened. If you hear stories in the States of white women who like black men, who sit there and flaunt and flirt and taunt them, and then go to their white partner that they have back at home and said, "Oh, this guy's trying to get me, but I want to be with you."
Right.
Black men have died for less.
Yes, been lynched and hung and everything else.
Absolutely, or set up in a scenario where they get caught for something that they didn't do, out of protecting their blonde friend.
Yeah.
V says, is Grace afraid of Omar or something? I hate this narrative that she's painting a black man on the show.
Mm-hmm. She's not afraid of him. That's what I'm saying. It's diabolical behavior. Watch the movie Rosewood.
Yes.
It will make you angry.
Oh, it did.
I had to watch it. I went to a summer program when I was 17. It was the year before my senior year. I was testing out college in Pennsylvania. And so this was a predominantly white college I went to, but it was a program geared towards getting Black students enrolled in that college. And so it was all Black and brown people in.
I went to a same program like that at colleges here. Yeah.
And we had to watch that movie. We came out so angry. We came out so upset. Mm-hmm. It is not cool what she is doing.
So yeah, Kay is agreeing, of course, saying it's very unsafe for Black men and dangerous because she's goading white men into dangerous behavior against Black men. Absolutely. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And like, I don't. Do you think that this is calculated on her part, or do you think this just is
absolutely?
Oh yeah,
do you think
absolutely.
One time is a mistake. 2 times is calculated as fuck.
So what outcome do you think that she wants to have?
I think she likes the attention that Black men give her. I think she likes Black men. I think she probably undercover dates them, but she ever intend to be with one seriously.
And she also wants to win, and she thinks she can win with Joey.
Yeah.
So she wants to stay in the couple with Joey. You know what I'm saying? So she thinks, oh, I can get notoriety out of this. I can get popularity. I can parlay this to something else. We can maybe win, get the money. I need to be in a couple with Joey. But I do like how he looking at me. I like what he's saying. I like his body is banging. You know,
maybe
I really
we can do something after this. I'm gonna keep him on the string.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because every time you're complaining, I've had this conversation with them. I made it very clear. Then you go over there and had a conversation, and you're not saying half of what you was just saying over there to them, to him, and then you keep wondering why he doesn't understand that there will never be anything between you all. It's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap.
So Prochet says Grace will definitely make a Black man catch a charge with what she's doing. I'm triggered.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's not afraid. She's trying to go Joey.
Yeah.
Oh, Kay says I was just trying to type Rosewood into the chat. Yes. I think I've seen it a long time ago because I just looked it up. It's an older movie, correct?
Yes.
But it's based on a true story. But it's based on a true story, yes, with Ving Rhames. And I mean, it's really well acted, but it is a true story of something that happened in the state of Florida. And basically a white woman accused a Black man of raping her. And told her white partner or husband, and basically they burned every single Black person in that town down.
Oh God.
It is. So if you've ever watched that, if you know that story, and that's not the only like example of that, it can be very triggering, like Prochet and KB is saying, to a Black person knowing history.
Well,
that's why I'm saying that.
No, I'm not. I'm just pointing one thing out, though, that Black American history is not something that's understood by the UK.
I'm not blaming. You notice I'm not blaming the producers. I know it's not their fault. They think they're just showing a storyline. When who I'm blaming is Grace. Her behavior is not right. It's not right. It isn't.
Kay says I grew up in Florida and we learned all about it here. Of course, if you're in Florida, I would expect that I would be part of the history. So anything else you want to say about this? Grace?
Yeah.
Just over her being wanted, being chosen. Yeah, being chased. Wait, is that true? No, I don't think so. Is it? I don't remember what the Candyman was about. Something different, if I remember.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, Candyman.
Is that what about the bees and the horror? The guy? I don't know if it had any sort of similar storylines. I don't remember that movie. Yeah, no, I definitely know that the UK has their own race issues. But I'm just saying, like, understanding that particular story and that part of history, they might not necessarily know that or understand that. I'm sure that they have many of their own race issues because they seem to treat Black people and most people of color quite poorly. That we've seen on the show anyways.
Yeah.
Kate says the UK has had plenty of similar race crimes, historically and present. Yeah, I'm gonna actually ask my cousins about it, what their stories are. Well, we see them all getting ready for bed. Harriet is plotting in the bed with Sean about wearing her pink bikini for Ronnie. Sean does tell her not to go to him, which I'm like, okay, there's some good advice, Sean.
That was very good advice. That was very good.
Go to him. Why does she want to go to him? It's so
desperate.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so desperate. Woo!
Then, so the repercussions of the conversation that Grace has with Joey does elicit Joey to want to confront Omar here. And I thought it was a very weird confrontation.
It was unnecessary. And we had gotten a preview of it in like one of the tabs that they actually were making it seem like Omar like was like overtly angry, but I feel like Omar had the right tone here because Joey literally stepped to his face.
Yeah, you walked up on me. Yeah, you in my personal space and you walking up on me. And you not asking me questions to get clarity. You trying to confront me on something like you know everything you need to know and you walking up on me getting in my personal space. And if these cameras wasn't around, you get bopped and mollywopped and dragged across this bathroom floor. Don't play with me. I'm trying.
Like he had to tell him, I'm not the one. Don't step to me. And I feel like it was fair because if it was outside the villa, yes, he would have probably gotten
right.
Casey's not gonna lie. Love seeing Omar's Croydon come out. He was totally in the right.
Exactly.
Case says that Joey couldn't even tell him what he said to Grace.
Right.
Yeah, but he does needs to say, "Oh, you're no competition. You're no competition."
So why are you over here? So why are you over here? Because you should not be worried about it. Then. If I'm no competition, why are you over here?
From the moment Grace said, "Well, he's my usual type outside of here," Joey's like, "Oh, I can't compete to that, so I have to try to like step to him." He didn't know who he was stepping to. You stepped to the wrong person.
Jessica says Joey was trying to son Omar and Omar wasn't having it.
Exactly.
I loved it. Well, I was like, to me, this is making Joey just look like even more of a loser. I was like, oh my God, he's such a loser. And like, for me, especially since Grace seemingly likes black men, I feel like his reaction is probably giving Grace the ick. That's what I like, because like
it's not because she's doing it again. No, it's not giving her the ick. That's what she wants. She wants that attention. She wants him to do that. She wants that.
Telling you, it's calculated.
It's not giving her the ick. Not at all.
She likes it.
V says Grace is creepy and Joey is intimidated by a handsome black man. Well, definitely. Especially because he could tell, I'm sure, that Grace is more into black men than him. And the heart rate challenge proved it, for sure. But Joey doesn't have that swag, sex appeal that most black men do. He just does not have it at all. And
I agree. Well, when she was like, he came out looking like Burger King. That was my first response. I hate to skip, but as soon as I saw him, that's who I thought of. But I didn't even think about them having Burger King over there. But that is who I thought of. I was like, why he look like Burger King?
Jessica wants to know, or is agreeing with you, Miss T. Joy, saying if Omar is no competition, why is Joey so pressed?
Exactly, Jessica.
Omar's code switch was turned all the way off. Okay, so Kay thinks that she loved it. I mean, she might have loved it, but I would have thought that she would have gotten the ick because I think it was so.
But she deliberately did it. Why would something give you the ick that you deliberately put into motion? She wanted that to happen. She wanted to be the damsel in distress, and so her man could go over there and be jealous and confront him. It didn't give her the ick. She wanted it.
I agree.
Kieran sleeping outside. What's going on?
Because she's still mad because he didn't speak to her for 5 seconds, so he got to sleep outside.
I can't deal with her. She's so such a loser behavior. Like, poor Kieran has to sleep outside because like you're mad about a 5-second silent treatment. That's so annoying.
I said I need him to find somebody else, man. I really do.
Well, he will. The producers probably be like, okay, we got to get Kieran out of this. We got to get Kieran out of this. Even though the problem is, though, like, aren't they the front runners to win? So in the morning, Matilda, Connor, and Kieran all return into the main room and get into bed and just talking about their nights and their sleeps. And then we see Joey telling Sean that he didn't like how Omar has been handling this whole situation. And I'm like, Joey just needs to relax. You're mad? I assume.
I'm trying. I really am. Like, I tried to just watch it for entertainment purposes, but it's not right, man. And then what happens after this made me so mad. It made me so mad with the dumping.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So Nicole, Jess, and Tiffany are all talking about Kieran and Ronnie and like whatever the situation that are going on. Both of them not a big deal. Kieran is rightfully pissed by how Nicole reacted, and he's saying this to Ronnie and Io. Like, you're just like, what's this? She's supposed to be an adult, an older woman, and she's throwing a temper tantrum over the fact that like she didn't get the game and she thought I was like playing it up for the lads.
Yeah.
Like, even if I was.
Even if he was.
Act cooler about it.
It's a game.
Like roll your eyes and walk away.
Or 44.
Even if I was 44, someone was like, I'm like,
over a 5-second game. Can you imagine what being in a relationship with her outside of the villa would be like?
So and also that means you can't be playful with her. Right. And I was just like, okay, there's one thing with being like playful at somebody's expense, but I don't even think that he was really doing it. Like the rest of them were doing it. It just, I can't with her. I can't.
Yeah, Nick is annoying. That's
annoying.
Everything about her is annoying. Yeah. Especially her accent. Sorry, guys. I got dumped and I went all in and it didn't work. Turbo. Oh, this is Ronnie. Turbo is back now because Tiffany has dumped him, and so he's gonna be Turbo because he was a changed man for Tiffany, but
for
now
3 days, he was
Turbo Ronnie is back.
Ronnie went into the bathroom and is like, how can I spin this? Okay, yes. All right. How dare she? I was a changed man.
So ridiculous.
Every woman he is coupled up with, he is blamed. He is not taking on one responsibility of what he's done.
Okay, says be bad for like 5 minutes, but he's dragging it for hours. It's unhinged behavior. Run, Kieran.
Yeah.
Hi, Sons. We are still on episode 21, so I thought that we'd be going through this quickly, but no.
We have so many opinions, though.
Yeah.
So many opinions. Okay, so see, I told y'all you'd never make me hate Ronnie. I don't hate Ronnie because he's just so... He's a caricature. He's not a real, like, it's so ridiculous. The fact that he gets girls, like, I don't think he's good looking. The hair thing, like,
he's like a gnat, just like in the villa still. I just like want to swat him. And I think if Joey wasn't there, I could be okay with the antics because it's like, oh, he's the villain. He's the one that we need to get out of the thing. But Joey's there too. And now Sean. And I need them all out. I need them all out.
Well, Harriet and Matilda are chatting about Ronnie, and Matilda's really just gassing Harriet up, saying, like, you and Ronnie match each other's energy. Like, why is Matilda trying to...
Let me tell you something. Harriet is so happy to have Matilda in her life, baby. Let me tell you. That's what she's been missing. She feel like everybody been on Jess' side, and Matilda came in and she ran for her. She like, yes, I know who my best friends are. I know who has my best interests at heart. You think? And Matilda's like, yes, because I know him outside of here. Yes, he likes you. You think? Okay.
I want to hate Matilda. I really do, because I mean her choices in men are questionable. But she's just so funny. And it's like it's not even villainous. She's just hilarious.
Yes,
just,
it's not villainous at all because she wants everybody to be kind, but Matilda is funny.
Well, she did say she likes drama.
She does. You can tell. She's just like, yeah, let's go for it, girl. And it's just like, no. Sean just told her not to go to him. Hello, right decision there.
Yeah, don't, please. Joey and Omar do have a chat discussing their issues with each other. Joey says that he's hearing a few things. I love that Omar is like, well, you're just trying to embarrass me, with lines like no competition. And Joey basically denying that he was trying to embarrass him, which is like, well, then why were you saying that? What were you trying to do?
And they're supposed to be friends. Why would you say that? Like, I can understand if he was stepping to him like, listen, Grace is telling me that you're making her uncomfortable and she's my girl and I have to protect her. So if whatever you're doing with her, can you just step off? But to sit there and say to him, you're not competition. No, that means that you do feel like I'm competition for you to even be bringing it up. And if
that's not what the issue is.
If that wasn't the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Omar does admit that he could be flirty, and he does apologize for that. And Joey admits that he's known to be flirty as well. So he actually was able to maybe see what was going on with Omar. And Omar basically says, I'm just not trying to get in the middle of between the two of you. So how do you feel like this conversation went? Are you absolving Joey of his actions? Insecurities?
No. The man's insecure.
Yeah. KB says that and in front of the next man, Joey was absolutely trying to embarrass Omar. 100%.
Oh, yeah. And he's lucky that Connor's a different person, because Connor could have been jumping right on it.
Okay, one time I did like a little teeny microdose of mushrooms, and I was watching this episode, not this episode, a few episodes ago, and you know, like your sense, I don't know if you ever tried it, but your senses are heightened a little bit and you can sense people's energies, and Joey's energy to me wasn't kind. I was like, ooh, he's a mean person.
Yeah, entitled.
Well, that's what I saw. Like, I think that he is entitled, but he just came across as mean, like kind of hateful. And so I wonder if like that's kind of what's bumbles up, is like his insecurities comes off as like hateful. Like, I don't know. Anyways, that's just something that I experienced of Joey, and it made me look at him in a completely different light. And now I'm seeing everything through this lens of him not being a kind person. And you can see that the way that he even treats Grace, he's kind of like controlling and mean. Yeah. And like, you know, he's gonna be like petting her, you know what I mean? Like, which is supposed to be like a nicety and soothing and comforting, but I feel like it's kind of manipulative. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like the reason why the relationship didn't work outside the villa is that he's not necessarily a nice guy. Yes. He's like dark energy, phony, and his racism is it's all that. Like,
yeah.
I was like, ooh.
You definitely don't need mushrooms to see that.
But it was this one episode I was watching, and I was just like, it was like almost he looked like evil. I don't know. It was very blatant. Like everybody else was like ooh, bright and light and like pretty, and like he was just kind of like this evil entity.
Yeah, it's the insecurity. Like he's just so look at that. It's insecure, and so yes, it comes off as possessive and controlling. And I agree. I think he has a bit of dark energy. And how long has he been on TV?
For his whole life, over a decade.
Yeah. So I think there's like, for you to have to be probably wealthy, probably been in front of a viewing audience for a very long time, for you to be this insecure and possessive. Because my whole thing is, if I had that wealth, I had that that influence. If she don't want me, she like black men, go ahead. Next, Nicole.
Next one coming. Every 15 minutes, they're gonna bring another one in here for me tomorrow. Go ahead about your business.
Well, I wonder though, if I'm not mistaken, it was Joey's mom that took her life when he was young, correct?
Yes, he did
So
say that.
this could be some unhealed trauma from his childhood for sure.
Yeah,
That is,
like you're not going to reject me or whatever. Kind of like
or
how he might feel his mother did by killing herself, regardless of him being around. Yeah, that makes sense.
you know what I mean? And like he's insecure about like how they really feel because maybe he didn't trust maybe what she was saying to them. Like maybe he didn't have any idea what was coming. Like I don't know how he processed that or how he experienced that trauma. And so maybe it's playing out with his relationships with women, especially other people as well. And so yeah, maybe this is why his insecurity is so apparent. But
But this is no way
he needs
to
to
be
heal
around
this.
women. Yeah,
He needs to heal this.
and then you add to that a type of woman like Grace, who I do feel like likes to goad, her man to make herself feel like, oh, I'm beautiful and desirable.
Right.
Not a good situation.
Combination.
Situation. Mm-mm.
For sure, and abandonment issues can lead to insecure attachments. Absolutely, but I, I need him to be healed because, like, his no, but just the way that he treats other people is a little bit scary because he does have that clout. He does have that. He is a celebrity. And so he has a lot of power and even the whole Omar thing, like, yeah, like it's a problem that he can use all this power for evil instead of good.
Exactly.
And I think Grace needs to get out of that one because I don't trust him right now as a partner. He scares me a little bit. Yeah, his unhealed trauma very much scares me. Then Maya enters the villa during the day. When Ronnie was saying, then I got binned, which I thought was funny. That at least he's laughing about the fact that he got dumped. So basically, she's going to let them know that there was a vote and that the couples that are safe are Mimi and Io, Nicole and Kieran, and Harriet and Sean. Man, the UK public loves Sean or they love Harriet? Which one?
Both.
They were shocked. They were shocked themselves. They were like, oh.
But from what I saw, IG, Facebook, everybody, they want Harriet to find love, and they also think she's messy and brings the drama. And they thought that everybody fell for Sean, that he was just so sweet and he deserved to find love. And then this episode happened.
Yeah, and I think they've changed their mind about him.
They have changed their mind, just like me.
Yeah. So it's because, okay, actually, I don't know if it's the same issue that you have with Sean that I do. So yeah, I definitely, something happened. I was like, I have a problem with it. But actually, it's coming up. Okay, so the safe islanders are now going to choose which boy, which girl they're going to be dumping. Harriet thinks that Omar has had enough chances in love here. And I was like, no, he hasn't really, in my opinion.
So he's had enough chances, but Ronnie hasn't had enough chances.
Exactly.
Who's been in all these different situations and triangles. No, you want Ronnie to stay. And then you're trying to make an excuse to get rid of Omar.
Well, because Mimi said that. Mimi's like, well, you could say that about Ronnie, which is true. You could say that about Ronnie. He has had a lot of chances. He's love triangles, and he actually had a lot. He had Jess, who supposedly had a strong couple with, but then she decided to go and dabble with Harriet, and then it was back and forth, and he had to decide. And then he gets dumped by one, and so he's with Harriet, and then he was with Tiffany, and then Tiffany dumped him. He's had enough experiences. If he had played it well, he would have been in a strong relationship or whatever with one of those three women.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. Easily.
Because it wasn't for the fact that like they weren't interested in him; they didn't like how he treated them.
And ended it, right?
Exactly. And so Harriet's going to be delivering the news. So when she was going to deliver the news, I thought that they were going to come to the agreement that it was Ronnie. Because I was like, oh, because like they usually make the least likely person read the news, but not in this case. The two islanders that they're going to dump is going to be Tiffany and Omar. I was annoyed by this for the fact that, like, I don't need to see Ronnie and Harriet situationship again. Like, I don't need to see this be rehashed. I thought it was done. It probably would have been nice to have Ronnie leave and Omar stay here. What did you think? Because, like, they were going to get rid of Joey, obviously. And who was the other person?
It was 3 guys. It was just.
Oh, only 3 of them? Okay, I thought it was 4.
Oh, was it 4?
This was my thing. We called Omar leaving, right? We called it. We called Omar and Tiffany leaving. I don't like the way that Omar was kicked out of the villa. I don't like the words that were used. I do not like, and then after the Joey fight, like, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. So to sit there and for Sean to say, oh, well, this will make my situation easier, just kick him out.
Yeah, this is the same. Well,
this
and
is
also
why him and Harriet are like this. They're both. She wanted to keep Ronnie for her reasons, and he wanted to get rid of Omar for his reasons, because they trying to get the people by any means possible, because they so desperate. He desperate for Matilda, she desperate for Ronnie, and they trying to eliminate.
Insecure and desperate. And I said, remember on Friday, I said, really? Well, I feel like if Matilda and him get together, that they're probably going to make a run and win the show. And I was trying to decide if I would be okay with that. After this, not okay. And I went and looked. I went on Facebook. I went on IG. I didn't go on TikTok. And I looked on Twitter. Nobody is happy with him. Nobody is happy with him, because this is not how you play the game. This is not how you.
It's actually gross. Well, I'll get into it in a little bit more. So Kieran, though, I love that Kieran was pissed that Sean got Omar out of the villa. He felt that Omar did not deserve to be put out of the villa, especially for the fact that it was just to make Sean be the only option now for Grace, which in my eyes gives definitely insecure, but it also gives, like, I want to cage a woman. You know, I don't want to have her own free will. It also gives loser vibes.
Like, I can't get her any other way, because the whole time I've been here, no girl has picked me. Even when I've been in the triangle, it's never gone my way. And so if I want to not be in another triangle, I have to get rid of the competition. I have to.
Or in order for her to not pick somebody else over me, I have to make sure that there's nobody else for her to choose from.
And that was your best friend in there. Remember, he said he was the closest to Omar. So that's even worse. It's just crazy.
all of it was disgustingly bad. I was pissed.
Well, it's just, I think it's obviously I'm upset for the Omar having to leave in that way, but I'm also like, it makes me feel uncomfortable for Matilda being with somebody that I don't find this to be attractive, to be like, let me get rid of all your competition and all your choice. So your only choice and option that you have is me. Yeah. That's like, oh, well, I don't want you. Because like,
I think Kieran did say that. It's like, I think Kieran said that
next day,
like you made her choice for her. How fair is that? It's not.
Right. And I love how Kieran was the one that was checking him, because nobody else was saying anything to him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, now I see Io and Mimi. They're very calm, but they also don't advocate. Like, they just
they were the only ones advocating for Omar to stay.
I know, but I'm just saying they never checked. Like, they never tried to check Sean. Like, it was Kieran who was just like, that was not right. That's real messed up what you did. Like,
I think once the decision was made, they just was rolling with it. But they're the only ones that were advocating for Omar to stay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In the discussion, absolutely.
And they're like they told him then and there that the reasoning he's using was foul and incorrect. I mean, there's also at some point, if everybody's against you, what's the point in sitting there saying anything additional? Because I think they made themselves very clear during the vote what they thought.
Yeah, especially Mimi. She was more.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's kind of like a slick salesperson. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just very smarmy, and it's very misleading.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so you don't have enough confidence in who you are as a person to be able to get the girl, that you have to take away her options so you can cage her. It's just like, it's very creepy for me. If I was the person that was being pursued in that way, I wouldn't be enjoying it, and it would actually make me be like, ooh, I don't want to be with somebody like this, because it seems like he wants to just cage me and keep me to himself, and like lock me in a room and be like, no, you can't, nobody else can see you, you know, like, I don't know, it's just, it's giving trapping people. You know what I mean? Can you picture him like locking her up? Not him, but like in a movie, we'll say, like that type of person locking their significant other or who they're interested in a bedroom because they're obsessed with them, but they don't want them to be able to get out or see anybody else. Like, you've seen it happen in movies all the time, you know? Yeah. Force her hand.
Yeah.
There's actually there's a movie or a book that I was reading that had a similar story. Yeah, it's bad to me, anyways. All right, so they're getting ready for the night. They do make a cheers to Omar and Tiffany, and then we see Sean explaining to Kieran and Ayo about removing Omar from the equation. Like, it's not good. Like, talking to two people that weren't really in agreement with you. Like, why are you trying to sell them on the fact that, like, that's the best way for you to get the girl is by removing Omar from the equation? Like,
it like trash. He's trash to me now. Trash.
Kay says that's why Mimi and Io lose points. They were just a little bit too passive for me. More Io than Mimi, in my opinion. Well, Io is passive all the time. He doesn't like standing up for anything.
Io won't even really go for what he wants. We won't even go there. But additionally, like I said, you have to know your audience, and so yeah, what are they going to do? You're going to go on the UK and scream that they let the other black guy go.
Dreadful Ruby says, I can certainly picture him being controlling in a relationship, not like her going out with her friends, etc. Yeah, like it's exactly like it starts off like this, and he's so super sweet and super nice. But when people are that super sweet and super nice, that's always like a veneer. Because who is Sean? We don't know who he truly is, right? Like,
no, we don't.
I don't know. It's all false and phony to me, and so I wonder if he has an angry side. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm worried. I'm wary of this man.
It's so gross. You guys want to taste me? I was throwing up in my mouth. He's so.
We haven't gotten there yet. Oh my god, we're so behind. So Matilda and Harriet are talking, and she did feel like there's something still with Ronnie, so she couldn't send him home. I wish she would just have said that though, at that time, being like,
yeah, instead of saying, "Oh, Omar doesn't deserve this."
Right.
Yeah.
Just say,
like, listen,
Omar deserves to be here.
Another chance with Ronnie, please.
Yeah. Omar deserves to be here, but I would like another chance with Ronnie. Please don't send him home. And I would more respect that.
Right.
So would I, because like at least she's not like trying to weaponize someone's situation in order to gain a situation for another reason.
Right.
Matilda thinks it's unfortunate that Omar is gone, right? Because that's someone that she was talking to, that she's like, that she was getting to know, that like just took that out of the equation. Also, even with Grace, like I know that we're not really a fan of how Grace is handling the situation, but maybe he was an actual option for Grace. You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Matilda and Sean have a conversation, and Sean tells her that he wanted him out of the equation.
He told her, and she was just like,
she's like, ruthless. I wonder if she was getting it was cringe to her at the same time.
I don't know, but I mean, because what else could she say, really, to be honest? Because like now he's her only choice, guys. Like he made the choice for her. And I don't know. I'm over it.
Nice says the gossip is that Sean comes for money, so maybe he is entitled, and this slimy move is his part of his MO. Maybe because like a lot of rich people feel they can buy their way into anything, right?
Right.
They can buy an opportunity, they can buy girls, they can buy, and so without having his money here, like he doesn't have that edge to be able to get women, maybe. So his personality is not working, so let's get rid of any competition, and so he's just the default.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Matilda couldn't really say anything else, to be fair. That's true. That's true. But it's just like, I wanted to see an ITM being like, I don't know if I really like that. I like something to see where she really felt about that situation, because if it were me, I would be put off.
We have not really gotten much of Matilda's thoughts in her head, which says a lot to me.
Kay says, I think Matilda is looking at this as a game. I don't really get that she's there for anything serious anyways. Maybe.
I do agree.
I'm with Kibby.
So Matilda asked Jess about Ronnie. Matilda is messy, huh?
Yes. It's like I'm saying, I want to hate her though, but I can't because she is hilarious and she's
so smiley about her like her devious like meddling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're talking with Mimi and Nicole, and Matilda's like, I think like you should let Ronnie know how you're feeling. You should let him know. And I'm like, no, she should not. No, she should not. And so Harriet, though, does go and have a chat with Ronnie, and he does apologize to how he treated her, and apologizes. But she says that she's glad that he didn't go home. They decide that they have some unfinished business, but not a triangle, just me and you. Were you believing Ronnie here about just wanting to focus on Hattie?
I don't believe Ronnie about anything.
I believe him with who's left in the villa.
Yeah. Mary says Matilda's hoping for Sean to act out in Casa so she could be free. No, but he's going to come back single for sure. Mm-hmm. It's like, there's nobody like you, Matilda. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, when I said it like that, it reminded me of something so crazy. Maybe it's, okay, so in, there's this TV show, it's a British TV show that I used to watch. It's from like 2005 to 2006 or 7. Like it wasn't on for very long. No, maybe more than that. It was on for, there's like 4 or 5 seasons. And it's called Footballers' Wives. Have I ever talked to you guys about it?
Mm-mm.
So it's a British soap opera that's about British, the footballers, so soccer players, and the wives. So they're basically these really rich women in the UK with soccer player husbands. And there's this one storyline where this woman, she's a beautiful girl, and she gets kidnapped by a stalker of hers because like, they're all rich and famous, and so she had a stalker, and he steals her and takes her and holds her kind of hostage in his home. And in his home, it was so he feigned this whole marriage that was going to be happening between the two of them. And so she's like, he has her getting ready for marriage. And inside the whole pew is all these cardboard cutouts of him wearing a hat, or him like dressed as a woman. And so the whole concession of like the people sitting in the pews for the wedding of the woman that he kidnapped was him as a cardboard cutout dressed as different people. This is what I'm getting from Sean right now. I love Footballers' Wives. It was psychotic.
Sounds like madness. For sure.
It was so good though, like Tanya Turner, like it was just so, you know how the UK already takes everything to the extreme. So it was just such an extreme, like they're cokeheads and like having sex with everybody and murder, and like it was like a full-on soap opera, but in the early 2000s, based around Footballers' Wives. Yeah, it was utter madness. Anyways, I'm just picturing Sean like kidnapping Matilda and marrying her and having these cardboard cutouts of him.
That would be some stalkerish stuff he would probably do. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yes, Joe from You. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. John is staring at giving misery with Kathy Bates. Oh my god. I mean, I know we're joking about it, but it is a little. It's a little scary, like that
Yeah.
we're feeling this from him, and so. Yeah, I know it was so long ago, but like I love that show. I think I still even have like DVDs of a few seasons. I might have all the seasons. It was definitely. I might even want to bring it back and do like a rewatch of it. It was friggin' the best. Okay, so sorry. After the heart rate challenge, you might not be far off. Ronnie's a Gemini? No, he's a Cancer.
He's a Cancer.
He's a Cancer. Okay, so Jess is annoyed, obviously, that Harriet was having a conversation with Ronnie after he stayed. Well, it's like, well, then, Jess, you should have gone and talked to him first. Like, you know, the fact that they were laughing, she was getting under Jess's skin. It's like, well, Jess, you did dump him. Harriet did stay with him. And they were only kind of separated because somebody else came into the villa, you know, like she still could have unfinished business with Ronnie, to be fair. So could Jess, but you snooze, you lose. All right, episode 22.
It was all of what she was saying, though. It was like, oh, just after the way she treated him, for him to be just smiling at her, talking to him right now, and not coming to me, and I was like, bitch.
Nicole and Kieran, beginning of episode 22, go for a chat and they discuss the game again. Like, she just loves to steal the life out of any situation, like,
including this show.
Just like suck the air out of the room. Like, why does it need to be so serious? Like, you're still in your 20s. I know you look a lot older, but like, you could have a little bit more fun. Like, instead of being throwing this temper tantrum, get even. I don't know, get back at him and be like, oh, whatever. I don't know, do something. But like, having a temper tantrum over a stupid game for a day and a half, it's just like, ugh, not entertaining. So we see Grace listening to Harriet, Matilda, and Mimi. She feels good, but she thinks that actions speak louder. Oh, sorry. Harriet thinks that action speaks louder than words. And Grace still tells her, let him chase you a bit.
Yes.
More of Grace's advice, less of Matilda's advice.
Did you guys see? I think Prochet sent me the video of the doctor, the plastic surgeon, that was guessing the ages of these contestants or these Islanders, and he was like, Nicole, he thinks looks the youngest. I think he said early 30s, about a decade older than her actual age. Some of them he's like 50, like 40 something, like late 40s. I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
I was on Twitter and I was watching another video from a doctor's office, and they all had work done. I guess probably because it's free. And when you watch the video, all of these women, 20-something, 20-something, 30-something, 40-something, all of them look 10 to 20 years older than they are. The only woman that looked good with her work was a 55-year-old woman that was there. And she said she was 50. And it was like either what she got done or just her age. She looked refreshed. She looked
because like 50-year-old women look refreshed.
Yes.
25-year-old women look 50 refreshed.
Yes.
Right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, her makeup does not help for sure.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I'll ever touch my face unless something happens to it. You know what I mean? And like maybe just a corrective thing. But like, I think the reason why all three of us look young is because we haven't done anything to our face.
Exactly.
Because as soon as you do something to your face, you look old.
Yeah.
Because like, why are you doing something to your face? if you're young.
And then for the most part, I have no issues with my face. The only thing I have is like dark circles under my eye, which I mean, makeup is working right now.
Hello?
When
I know. I would be so scared to go into the knife with my face.
Me too. Absolutely.
Imagine like coming out not looking like yourself. Like, I don't know.
No.
I could never eat my face.
I'm
so
scared
much
to even do certain peels on my face. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
I'm
I don't
definitely not going under no knife. Like if I don't.
I mean, I had a facial, and it was like one of the best facials I've ever had in my life. It was a long time ago when I had this particular facial. It was like I wanted it in a raffle or something, and it was like a $300 facial, and it was good. My skin, I was like, hello.
Oh, I like facials, but I'm talking about those peels.
Those peels.
I've never had a peel.
Yeah, sometimes they because they're supposed to like do stuff to make all the impurities come out, but sometimes your face was just like reacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd ever do a chemical peel or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, that's terrifying. I'm like, I'll just do maybe a little exfoliating scrub.
Yes.
The only work I would like to have is my boobs done, but I can't. So,
are you just like anesthesiology?
Yeah, they're not. They won't let me go back under anesthesia to do anything again. So,
oh wow,
it's fine. But and it's only because when I lost weight, my boobs deflated. So I wouldn't care.
I mean, I've heard. I don't know if it's a thing, but there are some. It wouldn't be. I don't think a surgery not to go under, where they put like a mesh in, and so this mesh it goes in, and then it forms like a scar tissue to give it a little lift. So I don't know what that procedure is called, or if it's like something that you could be awake for, but.
That's my own issue. I will tell you, I've had no man complain.
Dreadful Ruby says, I'm such a baby. I'm always just thinking about the pain that people put themselves through. Even lip fillers is apparently excruciating. My pain tolerance is non-existent, not to mention the money. Yeah, I don't. I had a friend like that that got like lip injection. I'm like, can I just kiss you to see what it feels like? So I kissed them, and it doesn't even feel like ours. You know what I mean? It's like two little like sausages that are just like bulbous. Ooh. It's bouncy. It's kind of like, actually imagine having shrimp, like a shrimp on the lip. Like
so it's hard. So it's hard.
Yeah, it's like, but it's bouncy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I know exactly what you're saying about a shrimp. Yeah. I
was like,
I don't want that.
I mean, I guess you would. I don't know. It looks, I guess, sexier, but to me, it doesn't feel in a way that's sexy to me.
I like my lips. I don't know.
I like my lips too.
I don't know.
Yeah, Mary says, yeah, boobs and BBL is fine. Men don't care for faces, ladies. For the faces, ladies, is the worst part. Yeah, they're definitely. I listened to Jay Shanice or watch her YouTube videos. She talks about both Love Island. She's a comedian from the States. And she says her mom always told her that a vagina doesn't have a face.
Like I said, it's a self thing for me. No man has complained.
Right.
No man has complained. So I never used to wear bikinis before I lost weight. Like even when I was younger, I never wore bikinis. And now I'm just like, I don't give. You're gonna see my tummy. I don't care. You're gonna see my surgery scar. I don't care. I just whatever. Nobody cares.
Absolutely, as you should. You should be confident and whatever about things that don't actually matter. So Jess doesn't like how quick him and Harriet started talking, and so she's complaining about this situation with Uma, and she doesn't want to be brought in. What does that mean? What do I mean by that?
She doesn't want to be in the triangle. She doesn't.
Brought into the triangle.
Yeah.
Well, why are you like concerned?
Nobody asked you to be in it. Nobody asked you to be in it. So
why are you worried about what the two of them are doing if you don't want to be part of this triangle?
Because she tries to act so hard like she's over Ronnie, but yet she be over there squinting and trying to listen and making eyes and letting them raise her heart rate and all that stuff. So you faking. So
Connor and Grace have a conversation, and Joey, I see Joey like he has a notice of this.
Mm-hmm.
And Grace wants to know, like, she just wants to like talk to him and just like offer him some good advice, and like that knows that she could be someone like a sounding board for him to discuss who he likes in the villa. And so she asks him who he's interested in the villa, and he says, well, you would be one of those people. And she's like, well, okay, well, not me, but like who else in the villa? And so he says, Uma is really nice. They're all pointless, which is true. And this is kind of what he's saying, because they're both pretty locked in, it seems, into these relationships. But it wasn't in this conversation, but I think it was a previous conversation. Grace has not said that she is closed off.
Exactly.
Literally.
And that's what he kept saying to her when he was giving reasons, like why he would pick her. It's like she never said she was closed off. Nobody has said they're closed off.
He said the opposite. She's not ready to be closed off. She's not ready to be closed off. She's full of crap.
Danita is offering you some of hers, so she wants to get a reduction one day.
I responded.
Oh, I didn't see. KB says Grace is giving advice like she's an OG. Ma'am, we're plotting to get rid of you next. Don't give Connor any advice like that. She's not going anywhere, though, you guys.
She isn't. Unfortunate.
Grace, though, does say that you're the nicest guy that she's gonna have, like, be beat up.
Although, do we think they would? People were very mad that Joey and Grace were dumped. They felt like it should have been them. Everywhere.
Oh, really?
Everywhere. Yes, everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, IG. Everybody felt like it should have been Grace and Joey. Now I wonder, her not being with Joey, if or not she will be dumped. If there's a public vote.
I would say no, only because I think that she'll probably get with like Connor, and they might like that duo better, and I don't think that the producers will let him be dumped. Do you know what I mean? Not so quickly. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe they don't care, but
yeah. Well, they need a lot of people to go to Casa, I'm sure. So
when is Casa? Next week?
It has to be soon.
It has to be soon. I haven't gotten anything yet. I haven't gotten nothing.
So bedtime, and in the night we see Will and Uma kissing. So she's really let that go, which is fine. She's definitely more affectionate towards Will, and she seems to be enjoying.
Doing more than kissing, though.
I only saw kissing. What do you see?
What you see? What it? Oh. It was there. Grab it a little bit.
Okay. Well, in the morning, Matilda decides that she's going to kiss him if the moment is there. And I'm like, ooh, like you want to get excited over kissing Sean? That's so gross. Grace and Matilda are talking about how they love PDA and they love being touched by their partners and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to Matilda, you're going to regret that. You're going to regret the fact that you like PDA, because as soon as you're in a partner with Sean, he's going to be all over you and you're going to be grossed out by it, I think. Unless
we'll see. We'll see.
If she's normal. This is how we know if she's normal or not, is whether or not she gets grossed out by this.
Or if she's not playing a game, because I'm starting to feel like it's a game for her.
Could be a game. Jess and Harriet chat. And Jess is like, I don't want to get involved. It's like, well, why are you getting involved then?
I'm over Jess.
Me too.
Dump her and Joey. Please.
Dump her and who?
Joey. Aren't they together? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Maybe that could happen.
But yeah, we didn't get there yet, but yeah.
Everybody thinks the it with Sean is inevitable. But Mika thinks that Matilda might be playing a game, and so she might suffer through it.
Right.
Oh my god! Imagine him like going on a date. He's gonna be. Oh my god! So it's just too much. I don't even like dessert. You know what I mean? I don't like sweet desserts.
Oh,
I don't
I
like.
love dessert.
I don't like sweet
desserts, but I
breakfast.
don't love him. You know,
I don't like
man.
sweet words. Like I just don't like. I know you like sweet. I don't like sweet at all, and he's too sweet for me. And I guess maybe it's also because I feel like it's disingenuous. I feel like he's being sweet to get something out of it, and that's also starting to gross me out.
Yeah.
You know, when people start being like, "I'm such a nice guy. Why doesn't she want to sleep with me?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, are you that nice? If you're only being nice to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Oh, they get a text. Everybody gather around the fire pit. There's going to be a recoupling here. Connor and Matilda are going to be picking first. So Matilda picks Sean. Oh, he's so excited about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Connor picks Grace.
We all saw it coming.
I just want to say, I'm like, I actually knew he was going to pick Grace.
Yeah, me
because
too.
She said in one of her conversations, like, what was the word she used? Go for it, or guns blazing, or like take a chance, or something like that.
Chance.
She told him to. She literally told everybody on every platform was like, but she told him to do that. She like literally told him to do it.
And then she's like,
how dare, how could
want to barely hug him, and she looking at Joey like, I don't know what happened.
But this is actually the same, pretty close to what Rob did in USA with Liv.
You're right.
Because I like, as much as he didn't say
hedging.
Well, he kind of was. I knew that Liv was going to choose Rob because I felt that he was being open still, kind of mysterious, and like not really saying that he really had things for Leah at that time, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was day one though. Like that wasn't the problem. My problem with her picking him is clearly you two have nothing in common. Their conversation was terrible.
Yeah.
It was dead. That's why I was
like nature or animals. Like it was just totally like
it was dead. Like nothing there. So that's why I was shocked that she picked it, because I'm like, did we not just see that you guys have nothing to talk about? Like there was dead air. Like you know when they can't even edit out the dead air? That's how much dead air there was.
Yeah.
I felt though that he wasn't closed. He didn't really. I don't think that he really let her know that he was pursuing Leah. Like there was like an openness, even though they didn't have good chat. I do feel that he made her feel as though it would be okay for her to pursue him. And even though their chat was dead, I totally agree. I thought that she was going to think it was more of a mystery thing and him being mysterious and all that stuff. What are you going to say?
I was going to say what KB said.
Oh, that too.
I mean, I again, it was day one. So, I mean, she could have picked anybody.
Right. They don't have anything to go off of.
They were all open. Kendall was open. Aaron was open. And I feel like Aaron and Kyler have as much of a connection as at that point that Leah and Rob had. My point wasn't that she shouldn't have picked Rob at all. My point was her reasoning for pick Rob. She was trying to say is that they had a connection. No, she picked him based on looks because he's her physical type.
I think that she liked his mysteriousness and the fact that he was potentially available, and his looks for the looks go without question. Yeah. And so that's the same thing with, in my opinion, Connor, like Grace's looks, with her basically giving the go-ahead here. I don't necessarily think that they had the best conversations. Like, she's definitely coming across as like the friend and like, you know, I'm
come across like a friend to you guys? I thought she was flirting.
I didn't fully see flirting. No, did you, Missy Joy?
She wasn't flirting, but she was making it seem like she's not opposed to entertaining him. I didn't see her flirting, but she was making it clear she wasn't closed off and she was open to entertaining him. So I thought she was trying to stride the fence. She was trying to not be so obvious with her flirting so she could deny it to Joey, but she was also still trying to let him know, take a chance, go out, you know, I mean, you know, I'm not closed off. So I felt like that's what she was trying to do.
Naya says Connor and Grace seem to find each other attractive, but there's nothing else interesting that's been shown from either of them. So I got that she was entertaining his potential flirting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they'll show that conversation again at some point. So, I don't know if I'll go and watch it again, but I'll take a deeper look if they.
KB's using the word that I'm saying because that's how I felt like it was. It was like a hedging rather than I'm open to what to whatever. That's why you're like, Liv and Rob went through the same thing. I was like hedging because that's the word I would use. I feel like it was what Miss TJ is saying, like straddling the fence. Like I'm open, but I'm going to not make it very clear that I'm open. And I do feel like Rob was like, I'm open, but also there was nothing here between.
Yeah, so Grace was shocked and Joey was fuming.
Oh, he was fuming. Oh,
yeah,
he was
another black man he has to shut down. Poor baby.
It's like, don't get with Grace because, one of these black men in the real world will take you out, Joey. Uma chooses Will. Nicole chooses Kieran. Harriet believes in second chances, so she chooses Ronnie. Mimi chooses Io. And Jess and Joey were the last to be coupled up.
And Jess again,
you get your
gotta
girl
say
back.
something in her speech. Jess again, gotta say something in her speech and do these little jabs. She always gotta, she just seemed miserable. She getting on my nerves. She always just let it go. Let it go.
So after the recoupling, Joey kisses Grace, and then Connor pulls Joey for a quick chat. Joey is really kind, though. Not kind, but like he wasn't aggressive at all. He's like, oh, no hard feelings at all. He seemed to be pretty easygoing about it. Why do you guys think that he was treating Connor this way, but then if it was Omar, he was treating Omar a little bit differently?
Because he learned his lesson.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't tell me that. Okay, first of all, I feel like they did make the situation with him and Omar seem to be worse, like online, because they said like Omar slept outside. I don't remember. It was Kieran that slept outside, right?
Unless we didn't see it, but
yeah, they said they'd be pulled apart and stuff, right? They made it
so if that's the case and we didn't see it, he probably got a talking to.
Interesting. Or like just starting fights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, that it doesn't translate well on TV.
Okay, so Kate thinks it's producer interference. Kate says Joey got up and literally wrapped his arm around Grace. Grace immediately played up her distress. This behavior was true. This is the behavior that was triggering. Yeah. Jessica says Connor comes off as more whitewash. He's more appeasing. Omar has more oomph to him. That's what I was kind of thinking, that he has more respect for Connor than he did for Omar, and that's why he was kind of checking him in a different way. Mm-hmm. And giving less, like he was just pretty respectful for, and what he's done is way worse than what Omar has done, I would think. Mm-hmm. So Sean is just buzzing with Matilda, just buzzing. If someone, I don't know, I'd get the ick so fast if I get partnered up with someone and he's always just buzzing, so excited, so happy, so buzzing. Like, does he really like her, or is it just anybody?
I felt like it was anybody, but now he's trying to make it seem like it's her, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he would have been like this if anybody had chosen him. He's just trying to, she's the one because she chose me.
Right.
Bitch, you kicked the other guy out the villa.
Exactly.
KB says, I think the producers said something. The rumor mill is that Omar and Joey fight was more intense and went for way longer. Both had to be separated. Crochet says he thinks he was threatened by Omar, but I don't think that he's threatened by Connor. He knew Omar could have Grace if he wanted her. Mm-hmm.
Because she said multiple times Omar was his type, her type. Sorry.
Kami says Connor lives in Cornwall. Look at the area. I know somebody who's from Cornwall. And you'll understand about how Connor may have been moving in terms of respect. Yeah.
I don't know. But you can tell.
Cornwall is just very, from the people I know from Cornwall are all like, just like blonde, very white, very, they're gonna be very respectful. Like, they're not trying to fight.
They're not trying to fight.
Yeah. Like he's not scared of Connor in a confrontation. So I don't know. So he doesn't feel threatened by him. Jess's speech caught Kieran by surprise because she's mentioning closure and needing closure. And then we hear that she would have picked Ronnie. Wait, is that, or he? What? I don't understand that actually.
Jess said that if she had went before Harriet, she would have picked Ronnie.
Oh. What a loser, eh?
So this is one thing. She keeps saying that Harriet's desperate and it's so needy and loserish. And I'm like, you still want the man. And
yes. You would have done the same thing if you had the opportunity.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
and you haven't paid him he hasn't paid you any attention. He's at least gone back and forth with Harriet. He's at least still done stuff with Harriet. He has not given you nada, and you still want the man. So how is she more loserous than you? And I'm not saying that Harriet's not being loserous. I'm saying it's equality here.
Yeah.
Right? It's like she thinks that she's better than Harriet, then she wants to do the exact same thing that Harriet's done.
Exactly.
He's just mad that Harriet's gotten to do it.
Beating her at the game. Exactly. Yeah. Harriet gonna beat her.
Like, why is she sleeping on Harriet? Like, Harriet is gonna do it. She has no shame. No, I think that's the problem. Is Jess has a little bit more shame than Harriet.
Yeah. Jess wants to be a feminist so bad. She's like, no, I don't want to come off looking desperate, but you are.
So why do you think that Nicole felt it was appropriate to ask Kieran his body count?
I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. She was like, I know you said before. She made it seem like they had the conversation before, but she forgot the number. I don't know how you forget that number and then blow up about the number. So how did you forget it if it's so much of an issue? I don't know, but she kept making
it like she was finding. She was digging for it, and she was like, "Oh, what can we fight about today? I need her to go. I need him to find somebody else."
I love Footballers Wives. You guys, honestly, maybe I'll do like a rewatch and I'll force you guys to watch it because it's so good, so ridiculous. Yeah, I actually at first thought it was 20 girls, and I'm like, because that's how much I would think that she would blow over things. And I was like, oh, it must be. I thought it was 20, and then later I heard 120. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I can understand being like, whoa, okay, it's more than I was expecting. But don't ask the question.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. She brought it back up. You brought it back up. Meaning it had been
like, I don't care. I don't like, not that I don't care. Like, are you safe? Do we need to get tested? Like that part. But also, I don't need to know numbers because I know my number is nowhere near.
Right.
Like my number is less than a hand. So I know that I don't need to know that information because yes, it might make me insecure. I don't need that information.
I don't need it either. I don't need it either.
Not at all. Kay says Nicole literally put that man in position to lie about his body count. He knows they're on camera. What did she expect him to say? 20? Be for real, for real. Yeah, be fucking for real. Yeah, so that's why Kay thinks that he's lied about his body count because he's on camera, so he wants to look like the man, but maybe it's like 2.
I don't know.
1.2.
But like, maybe be more conservative. 75.
Kay says exactly. You need to know how they engage in sexual activities, not how many. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's my point.
And wouldn't she be like, okay, like even if she didn't like it, she could be like, okay, so with all this experience that you have, what have you learned about pleasing a woman or something like that?
That's what I'm
Right.
Would that would be such a good way to turn it around? To be like, to put it back on him, being like, since you're such a lover boy, show me how you make love. Or whatever. You know what I mean? And like it could end up being a flirty conversation. It could be like it could be a little bit of foreplay.
Ew. I'm like, I want to choke you right now. Stop it.
And then you gonna tell all the other girls the business. Like, why are you? It's like,
if it's so embarrassing, why are you spreading it around the villa?
Right. Because you never know. One of them might be wanting to be 121. Keep on.
Kay's like, he even whispered it to her. He didn't want to talk about that on camera. Nicole's the worst. All right, they get a text while they're getting ready. And I think it's because Jess all of a sudden wants to get some closure with Ronnie. Is that Harriet and Ronnie get their first date? I was like, the producers, I don't think like Jess at all and want to see her pop off. So the boys and the girls are all cheersing separately. What do you guys think of Ronnie and Harriet's date? You know, he just wants a straight line. They cheers to Harriet and Ronnie. I didn't really write down anything else, though.
Were we supposed to take this date seriously?
No.
It was just simple, but it was so great. It was so great. It was magical. No, it wasn't. Y'all was eating breadsticks and sitting at that table. It wasn't nothing going on.
There was nothing going on. They just, it was like, we need a date.
This was better than Sam and Joey's date.
Okay, I did pay attention to a couple of sentences. Agreed. Whereas I did not to that. So, yes.
What was I say? When they didn't end up. Oh, so one of the reasons why Connor felt that he was open to picking Grace is that they were in the bottom four couples, right? Mm-hmm. And so that means to him that the audience are seeing something, maybe that they don't have a really good connection, or they're seeing more, and that was giving him some information that maybe there was some room for him because they weren't considered to be a strong couple in the audience's eyes. And so he's telling this to Io and Sean. Mm-hmm. He also is saying that, well, it didn't work on the outside, and are those things going to change on the outside, coming from a holiday and then coming back to the real world? And this is like another holiday where it's working, but then when they get back to the real world, is it going to work? And so these were kind of his reasoning.
All fair. Exactly. Like, it was all fair reasoning. I was like, damn, not somebody coming with a great set of reasons of picking somebody at a recoupling. And the thing is, I did not get to mention how Joey pissed me off when they were in the bottom, and he sat there and was reading
blaming her,
like Grace, blaming her that why we in the bottom. Because I think he really thought whatever number, I don't know how many people follow him on whatever all these platforms.
I think 1 million for sure on at least, maybe it's even 3 million, but at least 1 million on Instagram.
He swore that they were going to win. In fact, he said, no, we should be up there. We're supposed to be up there. I was like, yo.
I heard him say that. I wasn't catching everything he was saying because my thing was buff, but I did hear him say, we're supposed to be up there. And what else did he say, Mika?
Like he was like, we're supposed to be up there. Like, there's no reason we should be in the bottom. And she was like, well, we just got together. She was reasoning him out. We just got together. You were going through yourself. No. It's probably because you were flirting around with Omar and entertaining Omar.
I was irritated.
It can't be him. It must be her. And he feels entitled. That's why he came on this show. He thinks he can win. He thinks he's supposed to win, and he's guaranteed to win.
Yes.
And that's why he want to be with her, because he feels like they already got chemistry because they already had something going on.
Yes.
Now, at this point, though, I do not know if I believe that they were dating before coming on the show and that they're in a couple, because I feel like a little bit that he... Or they did have a game plan and they decide like, hey, we'll couple up and we'll try to win, but she's straying off the plan. Maybe she's going off the script a little bit, and maybe
I said in the beginning I felt like she should not, and even India said this on the morning after podcast because I was listening to it. Why, or was it during? Oh no, it might have been during After Sun. Why go in there and go to your ex? Why would you go there and go spin straight for your ex? Instead, like, I feel like what they should have done for a proper story is she should have chosen Omar and then developed the her and Joey over time, that they rekindled and that they found their way back to each other. And then, you know what? And then it was like, oh, you know what? He couldn't help it with Sam. He didn't, he has more of a connection with Grace. I do feel like him and Grace have more of a connection than I saw with him and Sam. So,
absolutely.
I think it would have worked if they did it that way instead of beelining it directly back to each other. Because now, yes, the audience don't want them together. The audience wants them both gone. The audience does not like Grace. I at least was giving her grace up until these episodes.
Perche says that Samantha said that they reconnected in March and they have been communicating ever since.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
They hatched a plan. They hatched a plan.
They hatched the plan, and this is the thing. The audience knows it, but if you're going to play the audience, you got to play the audience proper, and they will accept it. But you have to play us properly. You're not playing us properly, and then having side conversations about how you deserve this and you should be up there, and the audience is doing this because it's your fault. No, it's both of your faults of why you were in the bottom, and you're lucky that the producers made them save everybody else and send one person each home, because what they should have done is just dumped your ass, because I know that you guys were at the bottom.
Right.
Yeesh. Nicole is still mad at Kieran now because she's worrying about these 120 body situation. I'm just like, she's always just looking for something to be annoyed with him about.
Very much something. Very much.
Just, what, she's looking for a storyline?
I don't know, because I feel like I hate to keep bringing up USA. I feel like Serena did it very similarly with Cordell, but I'm wondering if it's the age factor, right? And you just, like, you're older and you just don't want to put all your eggs in. Yes,
what,
and
you don't
just
want to get, you don't want to feel stupid, so you start nitpicking.
Yes, and so you start nitpicking. The thing is that I feel like Serena has done it in a way that made more sense because she just took herself out of the equation at one point, whereas Nicole is staying in the equation and still nitpicking and picking everything, and it's like, why are y'all together then? Stop being with him. I don't want you with him. Now I like the guy, and you don't even deserve him at this point.
Right.
Jaquan says, I hadn't watched yet, but I seen y'all were live. I'm about to go out a little bit for my birthday. Happy birthday, Jaquan. Happy birthday.
Live it up. Have fun.
Right?
Up your body count. No, I'm just kidding.
What are we, cancer season?
I do say oh boy all the time.
Yeah. We're in cancer season, right?
Yes, it's actually a friend of mine's birthday today. She's cancer as well. Okay, so what I think is going on is the older fact, the fact that he's younger is bothering Nicole. And I have I think I might have mentioned this before, but I have a friend who is 37 and she's dating someone 24.
Yes, you did mention.
When we went out on her birthday, she was nitpicking everything. And I was like, he's 24. Like, why are you picking? Like, so he took the bus to her house instead of taking an Uber. You know, I'm like, well, he's a busboy at a bar and a musician. Like, he doesn't have almost 40-year-old bank. You know, like he's very young still. And like, you know, she didn't like how she thought that he was embarrassing her in front of her friends, but from some of the conversations that he was having or not knowing about something. And so the whole time I found that she was nitpicking at everything that he was doing, because I think she doesn't want his age to represent her. And so she kind of like is not even like, I'm like, oh my God, like if they last for that much longer, I'll be shocked, because who would want to be nagged all the time about everything that you do because you're younger?
And so you're coming off as a mother. Like when you start nagging somebody all the way, constantly nitpicking, and you're older, you're coming across as.
Absolutely. And so I'm like asking him, like, what's the point of this relationship? Because so many things about it bothers you. And she says he's really good and bad. So
I knew it.
I mean, I guess I never experienced that, but I don't think that would ever be a factor for me.
Not to be in a relationship, to have friends with benefits type thing, okay, but to like be invested and be in a relationship, nah, I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a friends with benefits situation that they're calling a relationship. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking, because there's no way that this is like heading towards marriage. You know what I mean? Like it's just to me, it's impossible. But I think they're both kind of lying to themselves.
He's my friend. He's my friend. He's my friend. Like, just you have to just do that, because I respect it more, because they ain't going nowhere.
He scratches a little itch I got every now and then.
Exactly. Of course, Jaquan, have a great day today. Happy birthday. I think we've spent a few birthdays together now, like 3 or 4 birthdays. So happy birthday again. Okay, where are we here? Turbo is back. Oh, from the
date.
From the date. So Turbo went on the date, so that means he's not going to be the same guy as he was with Tiffany then, I would think, right?
I don't know.
Just saying. The girls are having a chat, of course, with Harriet, and apparently he was a different Ronnie. The boys chats and says that they had deep conversations, and he saw a side to her that he has never seen before.
I mean, I do feel like they both were very calm. They were both like different on the date. I'm just saying that there was nothing on this date that made me be like, oh my, sometimes when they rekindle and then they send them out on a date, you're like, oh my God, okay, I see where they're going. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, then we see Sean having a moment with Matilda.
Could have kept it.
And he's like, I pied you. Oh, she says to him, I pied you the first time, but maybe it's the second time lucky, when he asks to kiss her. And she gave him the sign that she wanted to kiss beforehand, so that he didn't have to ask her. Like, she tilted her head and leaned in, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna kiss. And then she kind of retracted from that movement, and then he was like, "Go, can I kiss you?" And that's when she said that line. So they kissed. I couldn't watch it because it was gross.
Yeah,
I watched it, and she was into the kiss.
Oh, okay.
It was. I thought it was gonna be one sided. But it was not. She was into it.
She must really want the money.
Well, how did you feel then after the kiss?
Maybe she's gonna donate the money to God or something. Like, I don't know.
Cringe master himself literally shouts from the rooftops that he got his first kiss.
I thought it was gross.
Why? I agree, but why?
Why are you shouting from the rooftops that you got a kiss?
Because he's so desperate for a kiss. He hasn't had an out of challenge kiss the whole time.
What? Like, there haven't been any challenges.
Well, talking about, the card games. I mean, the suck and blow, or the little things, the little games.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird, odd, kind of gross. I'm like, a declaration is, I feel like it was like a selfish declaration. It wasn't about her.
Well, it's he's telling everybody like, I'm not a loser anymore. I got a kiss.
But he's still a loser. Like,
such a loser.
Yeah.
Well, because he said that, especially.
Yeah, because like
definitely still
it's not like it's like, and I feel like you could be more discreet about that. I mean, she went around and told the girls that, and she's like, "Oh, he was so sweet," and I was like, "Girl, I don't believe a word that's coming out your mouth."
Girl, she in there telling them in the makeup room, it was good. It was a good kiss. I enjoyed it. I'm telling you, that's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to episode 23. Matilda tells Nicole and Uma about the kiss, and they say congrats. She says that he's a cutie, and she wants to kiss him again. I'm like, Matilda is a better woman than me because I would have been, my stomach would have been churning at the thought of kissing him again, for the first time. Sean is telling all the boys about, okay, I never told you guys this before, but like when we went to the hideaway, I got a big custard pie in my face, and now I got a proper snot. I'm just like, you're just
all of it was just ew. It was very ew. Very ew.
Nicole started telling the girls about the 120 bodies chat, and now she's scared of who he is on the outside world, and who is he talking to, and like he's cheated on a girlfriend. Like it's like, just deal with the relationship that you have in the villa. Don't deal with all the bodies that you don't know outside of the villa. Like, right?
Make it in here first. Make it in here first.
Just figure it out here. Why are you worried about like people that you will never meet?
Right.
Ever. So Grace joins Joey and Sean, who are having a conversation. Joey needs to tell her, "Oh, you look absolutely fantastic tonight. You look so beautiful, smash." Like he was going on and on about how good looking she was that evening. And so Sean decides to pipe up and explain to her why Connor chose her. And so he says that he finds you attractive, and he questions if it was going to be working out in the outside world, because of the things that he had mentioned, the fact that like, it didn't work out before. Why is it going to work now? And so Grace is kind of defending the situation, and she's like, should I go talk to him? Should I go say something to him? Should I go talk to him? And then Connor does walk by, and Grace is like, okay, and pulls him for a chat. Mm-hmm. And he says that you hadn't told me that you're closed off, which is true. And he says to her, like, your holiday romance didn't work, and this is kind of like a holiday, so what's to say that it's going to work this time around? And so she didn't really have much to say.
Right. She was like, your points are fair. They're fair. I mean, we have talked about that, and, we did have...
But she was straight trying to make him be the bad guy for 2 episodes. Yeah.
It's like, Sean needs to be quiet. Tired of him piping up now.
Exactly, Katie.
Zip it. Sean, like, he's not the... He doesn't have his finger on the pulse of like a good relationship or like how to be in a... I don't know. I wouldn't take his advice, except for that one time, but I don't remember even now. Like, I don't even remember what he said now. Like the one advice that I said that we should...
because he told Harriet not to go to
Harriet.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the only thing.
That's advice in the villa, actually. Period. Probably.
So far, anyways, yes. Harriet and Matilda are chatting. Ron joins them. Harriet tells Ronnie that Jess said that he would have picked her. So apparently, Ronnie tells Jess that he would have picked her if Jess hadn't picked Sean in that recoupling. So then Jess feels the need to... Oh, no, that doesn't happen yet. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, no, I thought because she was saying... Jess was telling them that she told Ronnie said, if you would have picked me instead of picking Sean, I would have focused on you like I had focused on Tiffany.
Right, correct. What I write, put her neck out to save Jess. Oh, Harriet said this. Because Harriet is going to be upset about the fact that I don't think she put her neck out to save Jess, really. Like, I think she wanted Tiffany out of the equation because she wanted to have Ronnie all to herself.
Exactly.
But and so I don't think she really put her neck out to save Jess, but I guess it could look that way a little bit. they're all getting ready for bed, and Sean is so excited because he wants some pillow talk with Matilda. In the morning.
You are so grossed out.
Oh, because Sean had the best sleep yet in the villa. And Sean, of course, is making her eggs, and she makes her eggs, scrambled eggs and avocado toast in the shape of a heart. And yesterday, he's sitting there with her. Yesterday was just the best day, and he's just like, "Any highlights?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a good day. Like, anything specific that happened that you really liked?" I was like,
she was like, the whole day. He was like, he wanted her to say that kiss so bad.
It's just such loser, insecure behavior. It's such like I like. Oh my god! If it was a real guy, like you know, I think I like kissing you. Let's do it again. Like something more like that,
right?
Then. And so maybe she would, like, if you're gonna bring up the kiss, like, so that she would maybe talk about, oh yeah, that was a good kiss, like, not this.
But like, it would be Miguel's way of saying something like that and being like, so what was your favorite day about yesterday? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, something more, I don't know, flirty about it. But this is just cringy. Cringy. Harriet finds Jess now. And Jess just wants to give Harriet advice to be wary over Ronnie because like they're such good friends now, and she just wants to give her advice, and then apologizes for her timing, you know, like because she did have that conversation with Ronnie. Did we not talk about it? I feel like we didn't talk about it.
I don't feel like we talked about it.
We skipped it by accident, I think. Yeah. I remember right. Oh, I did write it down. Hold on, it's at the top here. Okay, I'm just gonna rewind back. So Ronnie and Jess did have a chat the last episode. Where he says that things would have been different if she had picked him. And then also Jess then told the girls what had been said. And Harriet, of course, wasn't happy about that. So she feels because they just had this date and that her special day was now taken away because of the fact that Jess gives this information that Ronnie would have been all about her if the order was different. Or if she hadn't picked Sean instead. So that was all a precursor as to what had happened up until this point.
And he basically told her, no, like, we're over. And he said,
maybe then I would have picked you, like, you know, he kind of said,
but he's like,
and I want somebody to come in and give you the attention you need. Like, I want you to have it. Somebody else come in and give
you need somebody better than me. When a man says you need someone better than me,
that means I ain't nothing. I ain't gonna change.
Believe him.
I don't want you.
Oh, definitely. You deserve somebody better. Or like when somebody says like, you deserve someone that's gonna treat you well. Like, because I don't want to.
I'm not gonna do it. Anything. I'm gonna dog you out. You don't want this.
So we're all getting ready for bed. Oh, sorry, I already said that. So yeah, so she apparently Jess sees Harriet as her little sister, and saying that, you know, she doesn't deserve to be a second option. And I think Harriet said the same thing back to her. They both don't deserve to be the second option. I'm just like, Jess is so upset that Harriet is actually going in and being the second option or whatever, right. And Ronnie's entertaining it when she would have done the same thing. Right. But Harriet got there first, and so now she's the little sister she hates. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Sam was saying on the podcast, like, yeah, no, they don't like each other. Like, she says it's not just a Jess thing, that they both do it back to each other.
I can see that. Yeah.
Which I get. It's just the way that Jess does it, I think it's because we know that Harriet doesn't seriously mean most of this, right? Like, but Jess is like being evil about it. I think that's the difference. I think it's the difference.
Yeah, and it's like she's faking being nice in order to like stab her in the back.
Whereas I really do think that Harriet would be fine with Jess if they were just gonna just be fine. But she can't with Jess.
Right.
Connor talks to Ronnie. I didn't write anything about this conversation. Anything to be said?
Well, he just gives his reasons again, for why he chose her and all of that stuff. And then Ronnie says things change quick in here. It's Ronnie, Io, and him. And he's like, things change. I understand what you're saying. He was like, and things change quick in here, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Grace talks about the outside world to Joey, but they're like, oh, but it's no pressure. Like, we're just going at our own pace, and we're really good, and we're really good in here. And of course, I've been thinking about the outside world too. And I feel as though Grace, I thought that Joey was going to get mad for Grace bringing this up because of the fact that that's what Connor was saying. The reason was for him choosing her was because of like the worry about the outside world. So I thought that Joey was going to get mad here, but he didn't. But maybe it's to come in the future. The Mimi and Io conversation. Io's talking about how Mimi is calm and cool and collected. And then he was saying some other stuff, but then I started writing other stuff down, and I didn't go back to that comment.
Yeah, no. I didn't. Nothing.
Oh, well, she was saying this is how she likes to be. This is how she is. And he was like, but what about in that other relationship? You were saying you weren't like that. And she was like, because he was lying to me and he was, and I knew something wasn't right, and so I did go looking for it and found
that's what he said. He's like, oh, you don't go looking for stuff or go looking or go investigating?
Yeah, because she was saying, like, as long as you don't give me problems, I'm not going to get upset and, whatever. And I just kind of feel like, why did they keep this conversation in? And I don't think it's for good reasons.
Well, is it so that he could like cheat on her or whatever? It's not actually cheating because they're not in a relationship, but like whatever with somebody else, and then she's not going to do any further investigation. She's going to let him get away with whatever he wants to do. You think?
Or is she going to go searching for it because she's going to hear some rumblings about stuff he did and cause some more?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Movie night, and then it's going to be a different story because
I think she will pop off. I do think she will pop off.
Please.
Absolutely.
I need some pop energy.
I think if he disrespects her to the point that is over it, I think
yeah.
Danita is saying we never hear Harriet say that her and Jess wouldn't be friends in the real world. We always hear that from Jess. That shows me who the problem is. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
And Kay says we do at least see Harry chatting about Ronnie, not so much about trashing Jess. She doesn't trust Jess at all. Maybe in the beginning she might have been like a little bit annoyed by her, but like at this point, I think that any problems that she was having.
But I never hear her going at Jess.
I got a text. It's going to be the heart rate challenge. And I was like, oh God, Sean is practicing, like putting his leg up and doing like some like stiff body roll with like.
Yeah.
All right. So Harriet comes out as a race car girl. I found that whatever music that they were actually using for the heart rate challenge might have been too slow, or like I just didn't feel personally that the energy was as high as I've seen some heart rate challenges. It seemed a little bit more like chill,
I think it's also the cast.
Maybe.
Yes.
Like Harriet's a dancer. I thought that she would do a little bit more. She does end in the splits at the end, which shocked some people, but I didn't think that she I didn't actually think anybody showed off their dance abilities as much as we've seen in the past.
I didn't think any of them could dance. I don't think they can.
I thought even with Mimi, I thought she was really good.
She was just like,
but she was still kind of stiff. Everybody was kind of stiff.
That's what I was gonna say. Like there was no oomph to it. It was good. That's what I'm saying.
It just feels that this heart rate challenge could have been an email. Yeah, maybe a text message. I review my notes. It's just gonna be my notes.
I think they tried. They're like, oh, we gotta get the heart rate challenges because we might lose Joey, and we need Joey Essex in the heart rate challenge. And I was like, y'all could have kept this with this cast. Yeah, this was not the way to compete with Love Island USA.
And they didn't even have good costumes. I mean, the girls were okay, but the guys, I don't know.
So Matilda is like a silver cowgirl thing, or maybe a galactic cowgirl. I don't know. She kisses Sean. That's the only notable bit. Uma comes out as a white angel. I just said pretty tame.
Yeah, it was.
The raciest thing they were doing was sucking somebody's finger. It was just like,
yeah, like with Uma, I was so like, I'm like, she's supposed to be the baddie, and I just felt like it was no.
Just because you got on that, you need to be a nasty angel, girl. Just because you got on that angel.
I think the music just must have sucked as well. Because like, there's some music that can get you moving. You know?
Yeah.
At least.
Maybe it's a competitor in me. I want to win. I'm gonna give you a show.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing is, you should not have to kiss for a heart rate challenge.
No.
And I feel like that's what was being done.
Like, I'd be twerking in the splits, guys.
and these men do not make anybody want to have sex with them. They all be off rhythm. It looked like their strokes are terrible. It's just that they get you down. Sean is like, no, get off her. You are hurting her. It's like so gross.
Oh my gosh. Bibi comes out with red and black with a boa. She twerks a little bit on Io. Grace comes out as Catwoman. I thought she looked good. Like,
yeah, she did. Her outfit was the best to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, Joey's is so extra though. It's like you know, like
riding all down in the seat.
Tried to get his heart racing and it didn't work.
Thank you. Thank you.
For sure, says I didn't even watch the secondhand embarrassment. Would have been too much for me. It was pretty bad. This season I was disappointed. There needed to be some more diversity in moves, more body shown, everything. Yeah, no, it was just not good.
It wasn't good.
Nicole comes out. And just hearing though Kieran being like, I'm like a kid on Christmas Day.
Bring me my present.
I didn't like that line. She's coming out as like a red devil of some sort. And then Jess was as some sort of dominatrix person with like a mini flogger or whip or whatever. Didn't write anything else about her.
Yeah.
And then it's the boys' time. Kieran comes out as a construction worker and rips off his shorts.
All the short ripping on him and Will, like
Will couldn't even do it, girl. Will couldn't
kill me.
Please stop.
Connor comes out as, was he Zorro or is he Phantom of the Opera with his rose? I don't know what he was, but
I thought it was Phantom of the Opera.
I guess maybe with the rose, but
and the mask. I thought
the mask. Well, that's what the mask I thought was Phantom of the Opera, but anyways, I don't remember if the Phantom of the Opera has a rose or not. And then they're chanting Connor with a K. Connor with a K. He might have been the sexiest because his body looked really good and he's just like making them touch his body.
Body was banging. Was banging.
His body was hot. Will comes out as a sailor and then his tearaway pants get stuck. I was like, and it was like, oh, it's cute. His tearaway pants.
You know, she was saying that to be nice. She know that was not cute. That did not turn her on. She know that.
Denise says it was like they were all scared to dance on each other. I would have went all out even if I was the strongest couple in the villa. Absolutely. I want everybody's heart rate to go up over me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ronnie comes out as, what was that, a rocker?
I didn't get that. I did not understand that.
What's he wearing? Why?
What was that little piece of fabric he had? I just didn't get it. I did not get it.
Lifting it up and put behind us. It's awful.
I did not get it.
That's true. Kay says all the men giving big chests and skip leg days. Yeah. Skinny legs, no butt, like, and then just like.
No butt. It was so terrible.
Io comes out as a pilot. He definitely looked good as a pilot.
He looked better in his outfit than without it.
Well, because he had just those little bikini bottoms on. They're so Just little tight, little shorts. They weren't even
But
shorts.
if you
They were
saw him
underwear.
walking through the airport, you would be like, okay, Mr. Violent.
Okay, just flatbacks all around. Now, I have to say, though, when Io came out, I was like, whoa, Grace looks excited. Like, she looked turned on, in my opinion. I mean, like, Grace looks excited. Joey comes out as Burger King man. I can't
Yes.
even, like,
Yes.
I died of laughter when that was said.
Because I was thinking it, Rachel. I was thinking it before Uma said it. I was like, he looked like Burger King. Because the robe was too long for him. Because
and the crowd was just like, it was too big for his head. It was just like.
But he thinks he's the king of the villa, so I guess that's why they gave it to him.
Awful, and like I don't even know if he made any moves. Definitely was not attracted to that man. And then Sean came out as, was it Willy Wonka? Like I don't think I've seen Willy Wonka before. So
no, he just came out as Sean the Candyman.
Oh, he's just the Candyman.
Just as the Candyman.
It was definitely not Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka has more swag.
Exactly.
Even the crazy Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I know everybody wants a taste. And I was like, ew, nobody wants a taste.
As KB says, Willy no Wonka.
Yes.
That was literally him. That's what he was. Willy no Wonka.
Appreciate the scene. The way y'all describing it is exactly why I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? You gotta watch it just to laugh.
Stale candy. Oh no.
Stale candy. Oh, stale candy. Stale candy. And it looked like he was trying to take a piece off and give it to Jess. Did y'all see that? He tried to take a piece off and give it to Jess, and she was like.
And then when he proposed or whatever to
with the ring pop.
Out of his shorts.
What does it smell like? It's sweaty. And she like, yes. I'm like, ooh, like you said, Mika, she want that money bad.
She's like, no, I can't. My skin would be crawling even if I like the person. Okay, so so the heart rate challenge, the results are Io's heart rate was turned on by Mimi, great. Connor's was by Matilda. I don't remember Matilda. Oh, the silver cowgirl. I guess she's showing a lot of ass.
Yeah, so. She had on them high heel boots. He might have liked that.
Will's was turned up by Uma. Sean by Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Joey by Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie by Jess.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Joey was turned up by who?
Nicole.
Oh yeah.
So his reaction to Grace is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He really wanted that devil. Okay.
And I forgot to mention that when Ronnie was doing his little rocker routine, he whispers to Jess, "You fucking wish."
Yeah.
He really thinks he's hot. Like,
well, she shouldn't have went to him and said she still wanted him.
That's true. That's true.
He played right into him. This is why Sean said, "Don't say anything."
Appreciate says Jess is about to take these results and run with it. How is that possible? I think she's the least attractive. Well, I don't know. They're all pretty attractive.
Because he was turned on by Jess, and Jess was turned on by him, and not by Harriet. She gonna use that to her advantage.
That's true. She's like, well, that means he's probably like really likes me, and then he just is only settling with Harriet.
Yes, and you saw Harriet. It's just a game. It's just a game, girl. Every time somebody thinks
it's just a game. Oh, she said it to him first. Did she? I didn't write it down.
I mean, they said it during
to each other
at the end, but not during the dance.
I mean, your heart rate can increase from laughing too. He laughed when he whispered it to him. But yeah, when she whispered it to him. Okay, so then for the other way around. So Harriet's heart rate was raised by Ronnie. Matilda's by Sean. Uma's by Will. Mimi's by Connor.
That was interesting. I mean, but his body was bodying.
His body.
She probably ain't. No,
she's probably like she doesn't want to look, but like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Nicole by Kieran. Of course. And she's all starting to get bent out of shape because Kieran was turned on by Grace, and now she's already having a freak out moment over this. Jess is turned on by Ronnie, and Grace is turned on by Io, which I clocked for sure. I was like, she's into whatever is happening here. And I was just thinking about there's a YouTuber just talks about like people getting piped down and I'm just like, or dick down. I'm just like, oh my god, that's what she wants. That's what she wants. Get dick down. I'm telling you,
yeah. We see with men, white men all the time. They want to sleep with the black person, but they don't want to actually relationship, and it's gross.
Oh, okay. Since she said it to him that her dance that she bit his ear and she said it.
Yeah,
I kind of remember it, but I was just cringing a lot, so I might have missed it.
Yeah,
sort of. All right. And then wait, Jess and Joey had their heart rates raised the most. Is that what I said? Oh no, Jess is with Joey. Sorry. No, Jess is with Ronnie.
Jess and Joey.
Why did I write Jess and Joey? Oh, are waiting for two. Sorry, that's what I wrote. Okay, got it. Okay, so your heart rate wasn't the only ones raised, apparently, because they get a text here. And Jess and Joey have 2 new Islanders waiting for them to come in. I didn't catch their name and they didn't repeat it.
Trey and Jesse.
Trey and Jesse are coming in to go on.
Jesse is a blonde like Grace.
I mean, but I find Grace to be really, really, really pretty. I don't know if Joey would give her Grace up for someone new like this, but we'll see how this date goes.
Jesse's pretty, but she is going for Joey. She says she likes Io. He's gorgeous and seems chatty. She also thinks Ronnie has a human personality and a good flirt, which would make her laugh, and that Joey is good looking. I like a pretty boy with dimples, and he intrigues me. Oh, actually, she probably would really like Io then, because that's pretty much. I feel like that's
pretty boy with dimples.
Pretty boy with dimples, right?
Yeah. Ronnie's also in there, but maybe she doesn't see Ronnie yet.
No, she said Ronnie.
Not Ronnie. Sorry, I meant Connor.
Oh, maybe she hasn't seen Connor, but yeah, I agree. Connor's also that description. Probably be more her type too.
And what did Trey say?
Trey says that all the girls are beautiful and I got my eye on all of them.
It's a bit of a cop out.
Yes. Exactly.
That's a cop out. That's like then the producers get to tell you who to pick.
Yeah. And
Trey say he gotta see what it's looking like when he get in there.
I mean, he's handsome. I'm gonna be fair. He's handsome.
Let me see him closer.
Ooh.
I can't
we can't see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we did it in less than 3 hours. People did a good job. Thank you, ladies, for being here to help me catch up. I will be able to do it right after the episode tomorrow, so that's great. But I'm helping out again on Thursday, so we'll have to do a double on Friday. But what do you guys both have going on that we can share with all of our friends that are hanging out with us for Love Island Summer?
Well, I need to catch up on yesterday's episode of Love Island and tonight's episode.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
No, I wasn't feeling well.
I thought you'd at least watched it. You just hadn't recapped. Okay.
No, I wasn't feeling well. So and I had actually thankfully I told the audience that I was probably not going to recap last night. I ended up not doing what I was supposed to do, but I ended up not feeling well, which sucks. So I have to watch an episode. If I can, I'll try to hop on tonight and do a double. Otherwise, I'll probably catch up on both tomorrow since there is no episode tomorrow.
Right. Wednesday's a good catch-up day.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Enjoy anything?
I'm just going. I need to catch up on the Olympics because I didn't watch it. It's so much going on, like the trial, like the trials and stuff. I've been watching it every night, but I got behind last night and stuff, so I'm just gonna go on Peacock and just kind of catch up. I love that stuff. The track and field has me captivated, and the swimming. So like,
same. So I've been intermittently watching that to catch. I also missed the trials last night, but I heard what happened. So.
Oh, what? I have not heard what happened. Should we discuss offline or online? What happened?
I don't want to discuss because I haven't watched it.
She hasn't watched it, so I don't want to say anything. So that's why I'm saying.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, ladies, and thank you everybody here in the chat for hanging out with us to talk about these last 3 episodes. Make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels and all of our social media just to help us grow so we can do this more often for more shows. So yeah, like this video and let us know, who do you think that this new guy Trey is going to be into? Who do you think is the producer pick, and who do you think he's actually, you think that they would aesthetically look good with? So just want to hear your thoughts about these new people that are coming into the villa, and let us know in the comments below. Yes, please hit the like button.
I kind of hope he goes for Nicole. Please take her.
I don't know. No, but she's gonna be so like locked in on Kieran that she's not gonna entertain it at all.
No.
I wanted to go for Grace. It's like just maybe get him out for, I don't know. Maybe they just both need to take Grace and Joey off the market and not together anymore. I don't know.
True.
But let us know what your thoughts are, and then we'll chat about it tomorrow. Take care, everybody.